Good morning, this is Jack from Charting the Markets, and this is the pre-market webinar for the morning of Friday, the 8th of November. Okay, let's have a look. Right, hang on. Disclaimer first. My disclaimer, I did this for educational purposes only. I'm here to share my technical analysis with you. I hope you can take some of what I'm doing, learn from it, transfer it to your own charts. I'm not here to issue trading signals. Right. Okay, we saw further upside yesterday. The negative divergence on the ES chart, we had a possible 60-minute sell signal brewing. That actually fixed overnight, but it didn't fix during the day yesterday. So we've got a sell signal on ES, and we've got a weak sell signal on NQ, and we've got a 60-minute sell signal on RTY, and we've got one on YM as well. So no particular mystery. I'm leaning towards seeing some retracement today. We will see how that goes. We managed to get over 6,000 yesterday, which was a new one and a milestone. So we will see how it goes from here. I've got a lot more to say about this on the SPX daily chart. We'll get to that. Looking at DAX and the STX, really different continent, possibly different planet. Not really seeing the action we've been seeing on the American markets at all. Of course, they're probably less excited about Trump being elected. So this still looks like a potential bull flag on ESTX. No obvious topping pattern. We've got a nice looking potential double bottom here, but at the moment, these have been pretty torpid the last couple of days, so we will see. All right, let's have a look at the RTH charts, where on SPX, we had a very interesting trend line hit yesterday. I posted a shorter-term trend line and a longer-term trend line, and this is the shorter-term trend line. As you can see, that was pretty much a perfect hit. It's seen here on the 60-minute chart. We haven't got any divergence on the 60-minute. We need to see a pullback and a retest if we were going to get that. But we've certainly got a load on the 15-minute, and we've now got hourly sell signals across the board on the futures, on the indices. So we will see how that develops. Nothing as interesting on the trend line basis as on the Qs. I've drawn in 3 possible trend lines there. Negative divergence as well, possible RSI 14 sell signal brewing, and an RSI 5 sell signal is fixed. Nothing again on the hourly chart. Well, we are looking fairly eye-wateringly high on the RSI, on both the RSI 14 and the RSI 5. This would be a good day to see a retracement, and normally we would see some retracement, so we'll see. All right, DAX, Dia, we didn't reach any obvious resistance trend line here. RSI 5 sell signal has made target. The RSI 14 sell signal has fixed, and that's still a weak signal. No divergence on the hourly chart. Again, we need to see a bit of a pullback and a retest again. So we shall see. Let's have a quick look at the daily bands. Now, in terms of the, hang on one second. All right, in terms of the SPX one, we almost reached the 3SD upper band yesterday. This tends to be pretty good resistance, so this would be a very good time to see a consolidation for a couple of days. If we have a look at the Qs, we went through the 3SD upper band yesterday, or at least it went up quite a bit, and it kept up with it all day, and it closed marginally below it, having been above. So that is very, very much a hit, the 3SD upper band. Now, we've had a couple of instances in the past where we've reached it and continued higher, and we haven't really seen a high the next day usually, but this should be a pretty good sign that we've got a several-day retracement coming up soon, not necessarily starting today. On Dia, didn't reach the 3SD upper band, but on a daily upper band ride at the moment. No divergence on the daily. Again, like the hourly chart, we need to see a pullback and a retest, except it would need to be, obviously, a larger one. Looking at IWM, on the daily chart, we very much reached the 3SD upper band. In fact, we opened the previous day, we opened above it. So we've had a really, really good move up on here. We've cleared out the unfinished business above it, the retest of the 2024 and the 2021 highs. This is, I think people are expecting less regulation and easier credit under Trump, so that's really been working for IWM. No divergence on the hourly chart, but again, we've got a full-size RSI 14 sell signal is now fixed, and obviously there's an RSI 5 sell signal on the 15 minutes has already made target. Do we have any obvious trend lines here which I'm watching? Only this one here, and we haven't reached it yet. I've got that up in about the 240 area, and I'm thinking that may well be made next week, but we haven't reached it yet. Looking at DAX, DAX I think is trying to get back over the daily middle band and is probably returning to the upper band. And Nikkei, we have this really nice looking head and shoulders, which could have been sitting up to go the other way, but it didn't. We're likely to retest this 40.3K, and then before Christmas, I'd be expecting to see a retest of this 42.4K. So we shall see. Short term, I'm really liking this SPX trend line. We've got a lot of negative divergence. I'm thinking we may well see some retracement directly from here. Am I thinking we'll hit this support trend line here? No. It's possible, but we've got this large breakaway gap here, and I'm wondering whether we might backtest the top of that. If we were to see that, we could see the drop of 100 handles. I'm slightly skeptical about it getting that far, but really, if we get that far, I'd be expecting that to hold, at least for now. All right, great. Let's have a look at DX. DX obviously broke up on this move up on Trump's victory. We've been backtesting the weekly pivot, not necessarily seeing this going down any further. I'm thinking on the bigger picture, the bullish break looks pretty interesting and is suggesting that we're going to see higher targets. ZB, seen a nice little rally here. Got, as I mentioned yesterday, I'm doing a post about this today, but on the daily chart here, you can see we now have a beautiful bull flag on TNX. Now we've reversed at the resistance trend line here, but I'm thinking we'll see a pullback, and then we're probably going to break up from that. And I'm going to be talking today I'm writing a post, and I'm going to be talking about the possibility that we're going to go back and retest this high here at 49.97. Even though I was thinking a couple of months ago that seemed unlikely, inflation was going down, interest rates were going to go down, and we've been seeing all that, but we've still seen this very strong rally on TNX. I'm thinking it might get the rest of the way. So I'll do a post on that today, so watch out for that. Okay, looking at CL. Nice looking double top here, and I'm thinking that may well play out. If we see a sustained break below 69.75, then that would have a target, which would be down really at about 66.5 area, but basically at a retest of this low. We'll see how that goes, but in terms of Trump's being elected, that is positive for oil production, which is negative for oil prices. I've still got a target down here at a retest of 63.57, and I'm not seeing any obvious reason to think that won't be made. NG, this is consolidating. This might be a bullish triangle, actually. So I'm wondering whether we're going to see at least a retest this high and possibly a move up to this trend line here, which I've currently got in the 2.92 area. Bigger picture, I'm skeptical about seeing too much higher here, and I'm thinking we may well be retesting the low at 1.52 before the seasonal low in April. GC, trying to rally here, but I'm definitely wondering about a retest of this low. 60-minute buy signal has reached the possible near miss target. SI, trying to break up over declining resistance, but a nice hold there so far. If it doesn't break up, we could do another leg down. On HG, nice looking double bottom here, or possible IHS neckline. Hasn't reached it. That's the obvious next target up here at 4.5. But if we see a retest this low directly, then that might just be setting up a smaller double bottom, which would still, on a break up, get us most of the way back to these highs. Okay, let's have a look at the other commodities. Right, KC. KC is broken up, and I'm leaning towards seeing a retest this high here at 264. That could continue higher up into a retest of these highs. SB, I think this is looking like a very, very nice triangle at the moment. It doesn't look quite finished. That would be A, B, C. The obvious read would be A, B, C, D, pull back, and then come back and retest this high. And I'm thinking that may well be what we see. CC, I was wondering whether this would happen again. We had a double top, it broke down, it failed. We had another double top, that broke down, that failed too. And this one has made a significantly higher high. I think this is probably coming back to retest this high here in the 73.45 area. Looking at cotton. Cotton, nice looking double bottom, or possible IHS forming. So I think this is a bottoming pattern forming. I think this may well break up back over 71.5 and get us a move back into about the 73.25 area. Looking at ZW, not really doing a great deal, but corn has been going up quite a lot, and I'm wondering about a retest of this high. And on soy, we've got a beautiful double bottom here, and this is trying to break up towards a target, which would be in about the 1056.5 to 160 area. Looking at lumber, possible topping action here, and we've got a 60-minute sell signal fixed. Not much enthusiasm so far. Live cattle, we broke down below this almost a week ago now, and we've seen almost no action since. I think this might just be a sideways consolidation before this fails and goes back up to retest this high. On lean hogs, we're holding the monthly pivot as support. As long as that continues to be the case, I'm leaning towards the upside. All right, great. Let's have a look at questions and have a quick recap on ES. Okay, Nikkei. I had a quick look at it, just to have a quick look at it again. We had a really, really nice looking setup to go lower here, and it didn't. So I'm really liking this to head back up and retest this high here at 42.4. It looks nice. So I think we may well see some retracement on the way, and I am thinking that we may well be retracing on the indices here, and that could be a sharp retracement, but we will see. All right, ES, we've got sell signals across the board on the US indices on 60-minute. We've got 15-minute sell signals as well. We've hit a significant looking trend line on SPX yesterday at the high. I'm wondering about retracement here. Don't know how far it'll go, but I'm leaning towards seeing retracement here and maybe Monday and Tuesday. We could see a sharp retracement, but in the absence of news, it doesn't really look as though it's gearing up for that. We don't have any significant patterns suggesting significant downside targets, so we'll have to see how that goes. All right, everyone, have a great weekend. I'll have everything posted as soon as possible. I'll catch you guys later.